Hello, my name is Zhatelier, welcome back to another episode of Valhalla Vanguard in Aurora 4X, and I decided to use the jump gate tender over here to go and refuel. It took a little while to get that sorted, and the message log is currently ugly as all hell, but it's been sorted now, so we can actually keep on going with the actual game here. It's still going to refuel over there and then going for overhaul in Valhalla. There's a few problems left for us now, and we completed production of the Iron Size 3 anti-ship missiles, but we'll of course start building the newer missiles now. I believe we have put some of the older ones as obsolete already. Now to be fair, the Size 3 anti-ship missiles do take a fair bit of fuel. Well, actually yeah, they do take a fair bit of fuel. But 50%, we'll build 300 of these. It's not a huge one, but it's a good start. Definitely more ordnance production though, so we'll put in, I don't know, 25 ordnance factories to build. It's basically going to double the production capabilities of missiles, but we're going to need a lot more. It just, our entry is a bit too small for most things to do at the same time. And we'll be building 2 commercial shipyards. What I might actually do is I'll have the troop transport as their separate shipyard, and then the jump gate constructors and the salvagers are basically switching between those whenever I need to build them, and hopefully I can also build some freighters from there. Now the researcher, it's going to take a while before anything to research. I mean, the gamma shields is the next one by the looks of it. Then it's going to be the capacitor recharge rate. Then we can start designing on next, or actually we don't even have lasers designed yet, but we're going to design our first lasers with 5-second fire rate. And the jump tender is now completed, and Euler has also returned home, because I first set that one to approach, but of course that took a while. So, and the jump tender was a lot closer. Particularly, it's an obsolete colony ship anyway. It's not that bad. Aurora is having still some overcrowding issues. But once we get the jump gates done, then that should be dealt with fairly quickly, I think. Hopefully there's going to be enough trade to actually make sure that our economy is not tanking. I mean, if you're not building a lot of ships, then it's not that bad, but right now we are building quite a few. Shipyard notified for spikes. There we go. So we can now start building. We'll build at least 2 of these. We'll put them to the shipyard task group. Now, of course, these are going to take a while to actually be built. I mean, the civilian ships are now cheaper than what they used to be, whereas the military ships are a lot more expensive than what they used to be. It's going to take more than 2 years to build one of these. So building some of the parts manually might be a good idea. I mean, we could build... Also, the one thing that we should probably start building is these. And of course, these do cost a fair bit. I'm going to build 20 at 20%. And it's going to take a lot of gallicite. We do still have... Actually, no, we don't have any gallicite over here, but we are probably gaining some, at least from Valaskelf, if nothing else. Yeah, we're mining a decent bit over here. And we have actually picked up the mines from, or the minerals from here, so they should be either on transit or already at Valhalla. But the total amount, or the total stockpile is going down, which is a bit concerning. Of course, we are doing a lot of work on the shipyard still, so that would probably be part of the reason at least. Also, we should probably keep on building more miners or fishermen. So we'll add in another one there, and that should be done fairly quickly. It's going to be done in February, so that's actually not bad at all. Not bad at all. And we're gonna get another fisherman soon. Well, let's let the time tick forward again. Hopefully we can get... I mean, the economy is a bit weak, I do admit that. Jump point found. Ooh. It's right there at the center. Interesting. We'll quickly go 8 hours in a day. And then we'll keep on going with the 5-day increments. But yeah, this is a small system. Ship construction. We got another fisherman. That's good. Now the tug is currently taking a fisherman to Moonin. Let's have a actually look. Have they have entered Moonin already, but it's going to take a while to actually reach the comet. And the comet is actually moving towards the star right now. Interesting. Yeah, it's probably going to take ages for it to actually reach the star. We still have the wreck of Gnar, the original order that we had. Over there, we'll probably be able to salvage the resources out of that. Oh, hold on. Now, first of all, we got the gamma shields researched, then runes explored. Oh, exploited. Surveyed. The alien race which inhabit the planet has been identified as Jotunn Dominion, and their language and symbology have been translated. 488 abandoned installations were found, which may be recovered by a construction brigade. That increased the skill levels there. We can actually now get rid of the team over there. And... oh. Research bonus of one of the researchers has increased. Now, first of all, we need to design the shield. So let's stand that shield. So it's gonna take 5 minutes to recharge the shield. It's a fairly long time in most cases, but I think this will be okay. Shield strength is 2, the size is... doesn't actually tell me. No, it doesn't really tell me that. It doesn't take all that much fuel daily. So we'll create that research and we'll start researching that, and then we'll do some other things. But it's not a terrible charge speed. I mean, it's basically the default, really. So that one and the defensive systems researcher at that, and then we'll probably put in some research queued up over here. Thermal reduction wouldn't be a bad idea. On the other hand, cloaking theory would also be useful. Or the high shields, or the... I'll take the cloaking theory, actually. That's the cheapest one, and it's going to be useful in the future for engines, although less so than what the first 2 levels were. Because it's going to increase the cost even more, and we don't necessarily have the resources for those costs. Not right now, anyway. Right, so let's have a look at the Mimir. And secondly, let's put that to the side real quick. Doesn't mean that the... no, it's still Moonin aliens. We don't actually know what they are. Also, speaking of the Unity, they are not sharing tech with us yet. But our relations are very friendly. Not allied yet, but friendly. Don't actually know what the allied does. Does it share the data from your active sensors or something? I don't know. But they hopefully are still alive. I mean, we... first contact established... oh, it's actually been 15 years ago. I'm not sure then. Ah. I have no idea if they're actually fighting each other yet. They might not be. Since they are sharing a common planet, but... right. Let's close that one again. So, Mimir, is there... something that we can do about the Or is it just that as long as we have the construction regiments here, or brigade, then they will work on that? I don't know, but we'll find out. We will find out. We can disband that team, though. We haven't found any new ruins or anything like that, so don't need to worry about it. And we never know, I mean, this might uncover nice installations. Wait, oh, hold on. We'll leave it be now. Maybe the construction regiments will do something in the meanwhile. Or start working on something. Oh, restored. Oh, it was beyond repair. Well, hopefully we'll get at least some installations out of this. But I suspect the majority of them will not be recoverable. Ordnance factory in Mimir. Ooh. No, I don't think we have resources there yet, so we can't really do much about that. If we could get some mines there for free, that'd be nice. And we can always transfer the ordnance factories and the factories that we're not using there to either Njord or Valhalla. Okay, so we've got research completed on the capacity recharge rate, so we can now design our lasers. Again, it's not a huge laser, damage output is only 4, but the rate of fire is 5 seconds, so that's good. And the hull size is 4, range is only 120,000 kilometers, which honestly is not all that impressive. But it might, considering that it's mostly for breaching ship, I mean, carronades might not be terrible either. Those would do a decent bit of damage, but at the same time, I'd rather do damage through the armor in order to destroy some of the, well, more piercing rather than huge shock damage. Although shock damage wouldn't be a bad one either. I think I will indeed create this one. At least it's a basic laser design. And if we make a spinal mount, that would be damage output of 6. Much bigger range. Much higher power requirement. Would be able to fire... Actually, that one... We could make it a little bit cheaper by smaller capacity. But we'll also create that one. We'll only be able to have one of those, of course, per ship. We started researching the jump drive efficiency now, which is going to take a while to be researched, but that's fine. So in Mimir, what do we have right now? We got the ordnance factory, and there's a little bit extra workers there, just not very much. Who knows, maybe we'll find some terraforming stations or something like that. In there eventually. No, wait, we did have 2 construction regiments there, didn't we? Have a look at Mimir ground units. We got 3 actually. Interesting. Well, we'll see how long it's going to take to actually get anything useful again. Might take a while. Right. So some officers... Oh, actually, we can probably use the auto-chairs now. Oh, another jump point has been found. And one of the longbows have completely overhauled. Which actually reminds me... They're probably not the one that is currently being overhauled. The Explorer 5? No, they're not being retooled right now. So, well, I will take away the orders over here and I will retool them. It's not going to take all that long anyway. Speaking of which, let's actually have a quick look. How long until we have retooled the first survey ship? Oh, that's rather soon actually. It's going to be probably 5 days technically still. But it will be done. Ship refit. There we go. We got another research lab available. And team skill for survey and another survey team have increased their skills. Longboat 4 is having a bit of a lack of fuel. It's the one that is going to refuel anyway soon, I believe. Yes, it is going for a refuel. That's not really a problem. That one came from Moonin, so it was the one that was pretty far away. But let's add in the research lab. I think we need to increase the energy research right now because it's not doing all that strong. And we do need that turret tracking speed as soon as possible. Just so that we can keep our new turrets a bit smaller, but with the higher tracking speed. So we'll go with that. The shields are not going to take much longer. They're going to be done this month, actually. And then next year, at the start, we're going to get the missile launcher reload rate. Then we'll design the new launchers, or the updated launchers. And once we get the jump drive efficiency and the new jump drives, we'll design or redesign the Spike 2 and Spike 2B, which will hopefully be useful. Right, so since we got the Longboat 1, let me actually refresh the map data real quick. Now then, we've got a few places that we could send in Explorer. Actually quite a bit. Let's have a look at Moonin first of all. Valley is over there, so it's on the other side. I'm just looking at the map here, so Valley is something that we haven't explored yet. We could go through Gunnar. There's still one more place to explore there. But that is also a bit risky, so there's not good options in there, to be fair. What about Alfheim? That would be a lot further... Oh, wait. We can't actually reach there without getting shot by the enemy, most likely. Never mind. Now, we do have Asnur, which is the second nebula, but this is very slow to traverse. I don't think there's anything that we'd be able to... I mean, we might be able to get some jump points from there. Another option is to go to Jinungup. I'm probably butchering that name a little bit, but there's 2 unexplored places already here. It's not too far away from fueling stations. At least there's one in Sjoffen, so we could probably go through, say, the unexplored point 1 while we're still exploring the jump points here, but there's not much planets or anything like that here, so we should be able to utilize that. So that is probably what we'll do. So, let's grab the Explorer 1. You have been retooled, you should be good. So, let's send it through Nestron. You do have higher speed as well, so that's good. Then through Alta. See, often you need to go through there, and then through the unexplored one. And I'll put in the conditional orders to go through the system bodies and then the jump points. And it's probably going to take about a month or 2 before it reaches Sjoffen or even over here. Ship construction, we got another whaler, which we... Oh, and the oiler shipyard has been retooled, that's excellent. Right, so whaler, we'll put in another one to the harvesters. Add our task. It's now going to be done in May, so we are saving a lot of time from the construction there. Now, another thing that we could do, don't remember, the newer freighters have much more effect or fuel efficient engines. Is there anything over here that we could... So we could do the rowing... Oh, crap. We can't build the freighter 3s anymore from this one. It's either going to be the oilers or the rowing boats, and we don't necessarily need either one right now. So we'll let that be idle for the time being. We do have another fisherman though, which we should have probably started building a long time ago. We'll add a task anyway. And waiting for the colony ship, that's going to take a little bit longer. We haven't retooled Athenians yet, but we will do that once we get the better engines, at least, not engines, the turrets, and what's it called? The fire control, which is going to take a while. Speaking of which, we should probably add more research, or the next research lab that we get, which is still pretty far away, to the thermal research guy. Or the sensor research guy, rather. The thing is, we got so many things that we need to research, but we've got very limited research facility numbers. We can't really afford building more right now. Also, how much? The Galazar projected usage is rather high, but we'll still have about 70,000 tons after that. After we build the engines. And there's the sorghum harvesters, which I'm getting pretty close to done. About 1 year and we've done all of them. Still have a bit of the sorghum harvesters, which means that we'll build a lot more whalers, and rather quickly. Now, another thing that I'd like to do... I mean, how long would it take to travel over there without a tug? Probably quite a bit. At the same time, I think the... No, that's the wrong planet. The harvesters... So there's a fisherman and a whaler. Now, to be fair, the fishermen have a bit higher speed, so I'm going to detach you first of all. And then what I'm going to do is show all pops. Move. Wait a minute, why can't you go there? Did we do something wrong in the design? I don't think we did. No? By the looks of it, but apparently... Oh, because it doesn't have the engine, it might not realize that it can actually move through. So let's do it manually. Transit through there. Transit to there. And task group. Fishing fleet, move to, and then join. That's going to take 100 days. But that's going to save us some time with the tug. They can do other stuff. And then we'll take the fisherman, not the fisherman, the whaler from the fleet here. We'll detach you. You'll do a bit similar thing, although you'll go through Nostrand and then you'll just join the whaler fleet over there. So move you and join. It's also going to take a long while. But we will be building a lot more soon anyway, so... Sure enough, it'll take a while for them to transit, and it's not going to be saving much fuel for us. But in the end, I think it's going to be useful. One thing that I should probably do, though, is retool the tug into the rowing boat 3. Factory restored. Automated mine and Mimir. Oh, excellent. So if we have a look, how much are we producing here? Not very much, 39 tons per year. But it's just one mine and it doesn't take any workers to do that. And with that we can then start producing a few other things, but I'll probably leave the... I'm not sure actually about the construction brigade. Do they need to be doing nothing or can they be doing something? We don't have stockpiles over here, so starting to construct anything is probably not a good idea yet. Maybe wait for some stockpiles to pile up. Oh, the morale of the 17th Construction Brigade increased. Because they managed to... Oh, recover another automated mine. Excellent. I think they've found some mining areas there then that they're working on. Pretty sure that doesn't work quite like that, but doesn't matter. So we got the shields researched. Excellent. Let's go to the Jody, or the Preacher Cruiser here, and add in shields. How much does it take room is my question. It's just one hull size. It's not all that much then. Put in, I don't know, 5? Sure enough, it would probably take a fair bit of fuel per day. But at the same time, that's going to give us 10 extra hit points, as far as I understood correctly. I haven't actually used shields all that much. Plus the 8 layers of armor. So this should be fairly strong defenses. I think the remaining is gonna be mostly, well, a little bit point defense, I suppose. What we could do is we could add in. The question is, do we want to have close-in weapon systems? Because that would get rid of the enemy missiles even if we can't really see them. But that would require each ship to have some dedicated space to them. Another option is to put in the quad-core stars, but we'll probably have to wait for the newer ones with the improved tracking speed, which would be probably about the same size actually. I don't think there's going to be a huge difference in size, but the tracking speed is higher, so I think having like each one of these cruisers have at least one set of 3 or 4 tower or turrets, and then one beam fire control for the point defense purposes. And then what we can have is I think 2 groups of lasers on each cruisers, so it can fire upon 2 different targets if it wants to. But basically enough lasers that they can penetrate the armor and several positions, hopefully. Not necessarily, but we can certainly hope. But unfortunately we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.